Okay, honest question. Have you ever been halfway through a sentence and suddenly thought, where was I going with this? Because that happens to me a lot. I'll be telling a story totally confident, and then my brain just quietly leaves the room, no warning, no drama, just gone. And it's not just when I'm talking. I'll read the same paragraph 3 times and still have no idea what it said, or I'll walk into a room, stop, look around, and think, well, this feels important, and I have no clue why. And then comes the thought that we don't really want to say out loud. Could this be dementia? If that question has ever crossed your mind, type hashtag been there in the comments. And not because it's funny, but because when someone else sees it, they'll realize they're not the only one who may be thinking it. And that's what today's episode's all about. Parkinson's brain fog. Not in a textbook way, in a real life, this is what it actually feels like kind of way. And stick around to the very end, because today's Bryceism is simple, relatable, and painfully accurate.
Welcome to Living with Parkinson's. The good, the bad, and the reality. Real talk, real life, real community with Bryce Perry. Let's begin.
Well, welcome to the channel. I want to thank my loyal viewers for always coming back. And if you're new here, I'm Bryce, and this is Living with Parkinson's, the good, the bad, and the reality. Now, this channel is all about real life with Parkinson's, not the brochure version, the good days, the bad days, and everything in between. We talk honestly about what this disease is actually like from someone who's actually living it. And if that's what you've been looking for, then hit subscribe so you don't ever have to figure this out alone. All right, well, let's get going. Here's the first thing I need you to hear. This is not just you. Depending on the study, somewhere between 30 to 80% of people living with Parkinson's experience cognitive changes. It's not rare, that's common. And it usually doesn't look the way people think it does. It's not forgetting who you are. It's not forgetting people's names all the time. For me, it shows up in the smallest, dumbest moments. I'll sit down to pay bills, something I've done my entire adult life. And suddenly I feel overwhelmed by a button. Not the money, not the math, the button. And I just sit there thinking, why does this feel harder than it should? If you ever had a moment like that, just drop a comment and let me know that I'm not alone. Tell me what distracted you. I mean, mine was a button on a calculator, right? Come on. And the best way I can explain brain fog is this. My brain still works. It's just slower. If I try to talk, listen, think ahead, remember something, and then make a decision all at once, everything just stalls out. The thought is there, it just takes longer for it to arrive. And once I understood that, something shifted. I stopped telling myself I was broken. I stopped treating my brain like it was failing. I started treating it like it needed some different rules. And that's where a lot of the fear starts to loosen. Because brain fog doesn't automatically mean dementia. And I want to say something really clearly here. Dementia is progressive. It steadily gets worse. Other people notice it constantly. Where brain fog comes and goes. For me, it's worse when I'm tired or when I'm stressed, when my meds are wearing off. You know, if there are parts of the day when you're sharp and parts when you feel completely useless, that leans much more towards brain fog than dementia. And yes, if you're worried, push for testing. Always advocate for yourself. But forgetting why you opened the fridge does not mean you're standing at the edge of the cliff. Sometimes the fridge, it's just a trap. So once I wrapped my head around what my brain fog actually was, I stopped asking, how do I fix this? And I started asking, how do I work with this? And here's the first thing I learned, and I learned this the hard way, is that timing matters. I used to save important stuff for the end of the day because I felt that's when I was going to have the time. Terrible plan. My meds are wearing off, my brain is fried, and I'm trying to make decisions like I'm operating at full power, and I'm just not. So now I do thinking heavy stuff when my meds are working best. Because asking my brain to perform late at night is like asking me to shovel snow in flip-flops. Could I do it? Maybe. Should I? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So once I fixed when I think, then I had to fix how much I asked my brain to hold. See, I used to pride myself on multitasking, and a multi-thinking is what I called it. Now, not so much. If the TV is on, if someone's talking and my phone buzzes all at once, I lose everything. So now it's one thing at a time, one conversation, one task. Keys go in the same place, wallet in the same place, meds in the same place. Not because I'm organized, I'm really not, but because I'm tired of playing hide and seek with myself. And that's all I ever do is play hide and seek. So that's why now I put things in the same place so I spend less time looking for them and more time using them once I find them. Now, if that hits home, smash that like button on the video. It helps more people find this video, and it tells YouTube that this conversation matters. All right, another lesson I had to learn. Pushing through brain fog doesn't make me stronger. It just makes me cranky. You know, I used to say, I'll just finish this. And the next thing I know, I am staring at a screen, annoyed by everybody, including the screen. So now I stop earlier. I take breaks before I crash. You know, it's really hard to take a break after you crash. So you take them before you crash. And remember something, rest isn't quitting. It's maintenance, and your body needs it, and you deserve it. So do it guilt-free. You know, I also had to stop trusting my brain to remember everything. And honestly, that was so freeing. If it's so important, it has to live outside of my head. Remember that. If it's so important, it has to live outside of your head. Notes, alarms, calendars. When my brain crashes, and it does, I haven't lost everything. It's like having a backup for your computer. You know how frustrating it is when your whole life's on your computer, everything, all your files are there, and if that thing crashes and it dies, everything's gone. But if you've backed up the drive, no problem. You crash, start back up again. Now, the one that's taking me the longest to learn, I have to say it out loud. I have to say, I'm foggy right now. I have to tell people. That one sentence has saved me so many misunderstandings. Because if I don't say it, then people assume that I don't care or that I'm not listening. When the truth is, I am listening. My brain just needs a minute. So if you've ever felt that, comment buffering below so others will know they're not alone. And me too. Okay, now let me pause here just for a second. And if you're watching this and thinking, well, that's great, Bryce, but I'm doing this alone? Well, I see you, right? If you're solo, brain fog can feel heavier because everything falls on you. So you have to let your environment help you. Let your phone remember things for you. And borrow community when you can. You might live alone, but you don't have to do Parkinson's alone. If you have to take someone with you to a doctor's appointment, ask them to come along, and they can be there to hear what you might miss or remember what you'll forget. And with that, it's time for Carmen's Care Partner Corner. And this is what she would have me say to you today. Brain fog isn't laziness. It isn't a lack of effort. Some days their brain is just working overtime to do simple things. If they're slower to answer, if they repeat themselves, if they stall out mid-task, what helps the most is time and less noise and one question at a time. And when they say, I can't think right now, they're not shutting you out. The brain is just trying to stay upright. And this is where your patience matters more than you know. And they need that patience more than you can imagine. I've had to learn that when Bryce says, okay, give me 5 minutes, I might as well go and start a new project because there is no such thing in Bryce's world as 5 minutes. And that's okay. I learned to live with it. I've been patient, and I don't set myself up for failure to think it's only going to be 5 minutes. Okay, thanks, Carmen. So here's the truth. Brain fog is common. It's real, and it's not a personal failure. You may not be able to clear it completely, but you can change how you move through it. And if you're sitting here thinking, you know, I don't just want videos, I want support, and I want people to get this. Well, that's exactly why I built Parkinson's Bootcamp. Bootcamp starts again in January, and seats are already starting to sell. You can reserve your spot now with a deposit. Lock in 6 weeks with me, where you have real conversations, it's real life support, and it's a place where you don't ever have to explain yourself. And if that sounds like something you need, then come on in. The link is in the description below. All right, well, before we wrap up, let me give you today's Bryceism. With Parkinson's, my brain still works. It just needs a minute or 5. And absolutely nobody rushing me. Hey, so you know what? If you see me pause or go quiet or lose my place mid-sentence, I'm not gone. I'm just getting there my way. All right, well, if this helped, hit that like so more people can find the conversation. And drop a comment below and tell me what brain fog looks like for you. Or just type "been there" for someone so somebody else knows that they're not alone. And hey, guess what? I'm Bryce. This is Living with Parkinson's, the good, the bad, and the reality. And until next time, I want you to keep showing up. I want you to keep being real. And you keep doing life today. And I'll see you on the next episode.
Parkinson's may be part of your life, but it doesn't get to define it. Thanks for listening to Living with Parkinson's, the good, the bad, and the reality. If this episode moved you, helped you, or reminded you you're not alone, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Want to go deeper? The Inner Circle is waiting. Monthly Zoom calls, 24/7 community, and a direct line to Bryce. You'll find the link in the show notes. Until next time, keep showing up and keep doing life today.